There's something most people quietly struggle with, but rarely say out loud. It's not lack of talent. It's not lack of opportunity. It's not even failure. It's the slow erosion of belief. Not just belief in something bigger, but belief in yourself, your direction, your purpose. And when belief starts fading, doubt doesn't knock, it walks straight in. And once doubt takes over, it doesn't just sit there. It begins to rewrite your story for you. You start questioning everything. Was I wrong? Am I capable? Is this even worth it anymore? And that's where most people quietly give up, not physically, but mentally. But here's the truth most people don't realize. You don't lose your life in one big moment. You lose it in small moments where you stop trusting yourself. See, real growth doesn't come from certainty. It comes from stepping into something that actually scares you, something that makes you unsure, something where the outcome isn't guaranteed. Because if there's no risk of failure, there's no real growth happening. A lot of people today are chasing safe success. They want the reward without the uncertainty. They want the result without the discomfort. They want clarity before action. But life doesn't work like that. You don't get clarity first. You get clarity after you move. And sometimes, you can do everything right. You can work hard, stay disciplined, follow every rule, and still lose. That's the part nobody likes to talk about. That moment where you gave your best, and life still hit you back. Hard. So what do you do then? Do you quit? Do you become bitter? Do you stop believing? Or do you adjust your definition of success? Because maybe success isn't just about winning. Maybe success is about knowing you didn't hold back. Maybe it's about finishing what you started fully. Not halfway. Not almost. Not I'll try. But fully. One of the biggest problems today is this. People are living half-committed lives. Half effort. Half honesty, half courage, and then they wonder why they feel empty. You can't expect clarity from confusion. You can't expect confidence from hesitation. If you step in halfway, you'll always leave wondering, what if? And that question will follow you longer than failure ever will. That's why it's better to go all in and fail, than to stay safe and never find out. Another truth, not everything that looks like success actually is. You can win the race and still hate where you end up. You can get the reward and realize it cost you something you can't get back. Your peace, your identity, your integrity. So the real question isn't, can you win? The real question is, what are you winning and at what cost? Because if you have to lie, fake, or pretend to get there, you don't arrive with freedom. You arrive with pressure. You start looking over your shoulder. You start protecting something instead of enjoying it. And that's not success. That's a trap. Real success gives you peace. It lets you sleep. It doesn't make you hide. And here's something powerful. The life you're building, you're the one writing it. Not your past. Not your circumstances. Not other people's expectations. You. But most people don't realize that because they're too busy trying to become someone else. They're listening to opinions, following trends, chasing approval, and slowly, they lose themselves. So instead of asking, who am I supposed to be? Start asking, what is not me? Remove what doesn't fit. Remove what drains you. Remove what feels fake. And little by little, you move closer to who you actually are. Another mistake people make? They wait for life to become easy. But life isn't designed to be easy. It's designed to test you, to stretch you, to force you to grow. If everything was comfortable, you'd never evolve. Pressure isn't punishment, it's preparation. And yes, sometimes life will knock you down, hard. And in those moments, you won't feel strong. You won't feel motivated. You won't feel ready. That's normal. But what matters is what you do next. Do you stay down? Or do you get back up with a little more awareness? A little more understanding? Because growth doesn't come from avoiding pain. It comes from learning through it. And here's something most people miss. When things are going well, study that. Pay attention. What habits are you following? What mindset are you in? What are you doing differently? Because success leaves clues, just like failure does. If you understand both, you gain control. Now let's talk about time. Most people treat time like the enemy. Always rushing, always stressed, always feeling behind. But time isn't against you. You just don't know how to move with it. There's a difference between being fast and being rushed. When you rush, you miss details. You make mistakes. you lose direction. But when you move with intention, everything aligns better. Life isn't a race to finish. It's a process to experience. And maybe the biggest mindset shift is this: happiness is temporary. It depends on outcomes. If I get this, I'll be happy. But joy is different. Joy comes from doing what feels right, from being aligned, from knowing you're moving in your truth. That's something nobody can take from you. So instead of chasing moments, build a life where you respect yourself, where your actions match your values, where your effort is real. Because at the end of the day, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest with yourself. Own your mistakes. Learn from them. Then move forward. Don't stay stuck in guilt. Don't replay the past forever. Turn the page. Because the longer you stay in regret, the less time you have to build something better. And remember this: you don't need permission to move forward. You don't need validation to grow. You don't need approval to change your life. You just need to decide. Decide to believe again. Decide to act again. Decide to trust yourself again. Because doubt will always exist. But belief is a choice. And if you choose it, even when it's hard, even when it's uncertain, even when nothing is guaranteed, that's when your life actually begins to change. So keep going, keep learning, keep building, and most importantly, keep believing.